Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to solve a 6x6 Rubik's Cube, and the only requirement that you actually need to solve this is to learn the 3x3, which is very easy, and if you don't know, there's a tutorial right there, and let's just go. So just so you know, the end goal of this, what we're doing right here, is we're trying to build the centers of the 3x3. So on the 6x6 here, we're going to build these to all be the same color, and these edges, like this, these 4 pieces, all need to be the same color so that it just resembles a giant 3x3, which then you could just solve exactly like a 3x3. All right, the first step is to build yourself a white bar. You want to start in the middle, so one of the middle white bars. So you just need to find some white center pieces, and I see this and this, and I'm going to attach them together like this. Well, they're not really attached, but I can get one of these pieces, move it like this, and then move it in, and that will give me part of a bar, and I just need one more piece to complete the bar, so this one, and that'll solve the bar. Now do the exact same thing that you did before, making sure not to break up this one as you do it, and just attach it up so that you have this fat bar right here. So now what we need to do is just keep building bars. It's pretty self-explanatory. So this next one, the outer ones are pretty easy to see. So this all to go together like this, and that will give me part of a bar, and I just need one more piece. So this one, and I could just move it up to the top. So now I have this big block, and I just need one more bar. Okay, so I've made my last bar. I'm gonna attach it up, and I'm gonna rotate so that this is at the bottom now, and I'm gonna be working with yellow now. So you're just gonna basically do the exact same thing that you did for the white center. So you're going to make bars like this and attach them up to the top. But you'll notice if you try and attach them up to the top, that will break the white center. So what you could do is a U2, and you can move this back down, and that'll have a bar up top. To get the second bar in, you'll notice that if you try and move it up and then do a U2 and then come back down, then this one moves back down, which we don't want. So just move everything to one side and then do R, U2, and R prime, and that'll give you the fat block. And you also use that concept with these two. So once you've done this one, so you do R, U2, R prime, then you move it all to the one side and then do R, U2, R prime again. So if you're just confused about that, here's my last bar, and I've already made this one. So I'm going to put it all to one side, and then I'm going to do R, U2, R prime, and that'll solve my white and yellow center. Now we must build all of these centers around here. So the 4 centers here, you need to make sure that they're in the right color scheme, same color scheme as a 3x3. What I mean by that, if you don't know, so I'll do it with yellow on top. So if yellow's on top, then the color scheme would be blue, red, green, and orange. So you need to follow that, because there's no specific center that guides you so that you know where to build the center around. So you need to make sure blue, red, green, orange. That should be the color scheme. Okay, so I've built my first center because that's the exact same as the white center. I don't really need to show that, just build it, and then I'll move on to the next color, which will be blue. So I need to start by making a middle bar. So this piece and this piece are already attached. I need another piece like that. So this one can come down here, and then I can move this out of the way and then bring it back up so that I don't break this. And then these 3, I need one more piece, so one of these will work. So I just do it like this. Right, now we can connect it to where the blue center needs to be. Luckily, we've already got one of these outer bars. So I guess if this happened to you, what you would do is a slice, and then a U2, and then slice back like that. All right, those 2 centers are basically just white and yellow over again, except they're right next to each other. But the last 2 are a lot more complicated. Well, not very much more complicated, but they are a little harder. The first step is obviously to try and get bars. So this is going to be the red center, and what I'm going to do, I see these 3 are connected, So what I'm going to do is connect this one to these 3 pieces like this. I'll move it down and then move this out of the way so it doesn't get broken, then come back up so it preserves it. And then I'm going to make another one, so these 3, I can connect this piece up like this and come back down and then connect it to the center. Now this is where things might get a little complicated, so I would recommend you do is just kind of mess around, try and like solve as many pieces as you can, and once you've got at least like 5 or 4 pieces unsolved, less would be better, but once you've got that, then you need to do commutators. So commutators for centers is basically just swapping around 2 pieces without touching anything else. So if you really wanted to and you didn't want to learn any of this stuff, you could just use commutators for all of the centers. That's a really dumb idea, and just I would say learn the rest of the centers the right way, but these 2, I guess you could just do commutators for them. So to do a commutator, we need to pick 2 pieces to swap. So I'm going to pick this corner and this corner, and I need to put them so that when I move this one down, it'll basically overlap on this one. So when I move it down, it takes the place of the one that was previously there. So this is a pattern that you need to know to swap any piece, and it goes like this. So you move this piece down to here, and then you move it into a different layer, move this piece down again, and then come back over here, and then move it back up, and then just reverse basically the moves that you just did. So this one needs to come up as well, and that will swap these 2 pieces. So now I'm gonna repeat that with all of them. So I'm gonna do these 2. Now I have 2 pieces left, these 2. And then the final 2 are these 2. And that will solve all of your centers. If you notice that you got the wrong color scheme, even during 3x3 stage or the next step, which will be pairing edges, you can still fix the wrong color scheme. So this is wrong, by the way, so you can see not right. What you do is you can do like a really fat R2, D2, U2, and then R2 again, and that will fix the color scheme. So now it's right. For the next step, we have to pair all the edges, obviously, to resemble the 3x3. And to do this, what we need to do is just pick one piece. So I'm going to pick white and blue, and I'm going to find another piece that is white and blue. So I see 2 of them back here, and I'm going to move them into the front. So we need to move them into the middle layer along with this one. So this one's already in the middle layer, and the side that this one is on, it's on the right. So these ones need to go onto the left. So you need to kind of learn, it's not really an algorithm, it's like 3 moves. So what you do to get them into the middle layer is do so L prime, and then a U, and then an L. The opposite of that, so the other hand would be R, U prime, R prime. But we're not doing that, we did what we just did, and we'll see that we can pair them together. Just kidding, no you can't, because these are actually flipped. So these are not in the right place, or you could flip this one. So there's a flipping algorithm, and it goes like this. And now we can actually like move them together. So that will be solved. And then the last piece is over here, and this one's not flipped, so we can just move it in like this instead of flipping it. And then to continue to solve more edges, we need to move this into the top layer. So we're going to move it up and then replace it with any unsolved edge, and then come back down, and then just fix all of these centers. So now you can just continue. You may get to a point where you've just replaced all of the edges and all of the top edges are solved. So in this case, you could just flip the cube upside down and then just keep pairing edges with these top pieces, and just keep cycling around until all this top part is solved. Okay, eventually you're gonna get to a point where you filled the top up and the bottom up with edges, and this is, I guess, the harder step of pairing edges, which is last 4 edges. So to do this, we need to use a concept called slice, flip, slice. So the way that this works is, if you see, for example, so these 2 pieces, they can go together, right? Wrong. Bad. Do not do that. Actually, flip one of them. And then what you can do is do a slice, and then slice over to one of them. And then when you flip this one, it'll be on the bottom. And then when you slice back, they'll pair together. So, and then slice back. And now they're paired together. So you use this concept for all of the last 4 edges. So when you see like this one can pair like this. No, don't do that. Flip it. And then do a U2 to do the setup, and then flip, and then do a U2 again, and that will pair them together. Okay, so 50% of the time you will get all solved. Everything will be solved, and you can just continue with 3x3 stage. Actually, no, you can't. Do not click off this video. There is some extra steps that you need to be aware of. But the other 50%, you'll get one edge, just one edge that needs to be corrected because you have these 2 that are flipped. So this is called parity, edge parity, and you have to do the parity algorithm. So it goes like this, and then you need to rotate to the bottom and continue the algorithm. And that'll fix this edge. So that algorithm is quite long, but it can be done like quite fast. I'm not very good at it because I just got into 6x6. Alright, so now you solve it like a 3x3, as I said before. So this is the cross, and then 2 pairs. If you don't use F2L, I'll show you what happens for the last layer, which is the exception cases. So I'm just gonna keep solving like a 3x3. I'm bad. Oh, and I got it. So this is an exception case because if you use the beginner's method or CFOP or RU, I don't know, you will know this is not possible. So you can't just have one edge oriented. This is not possible on 3x3. And this also requires another parity algorithm, but don't be sad because this is actually the exact same as the one that you just learned, but instead it has just like fat moves. So you do the same thing, and that giant like 4 move R prime is non-existent. You just do like a 3-layer R prime. So the algorithm goes like this. And that'll give you some oriented edges. And do make sure that you are doing that as I just did it, from the right positioning. So if you have 3 edges oriented and just 1 edge flipped like this, then you would put the unsolved one right here, and then you would do the algorithm. And now we can just continue with the solve. Wait, hold up, another parity case. I know 6x6 has a lot of parity cases, and it makes me kind of sad, but that's just the way it is. But this one is actually very easy to learn, and you could probably just learn it just from looking at it like once. So this is PLL parity if you use CFOP. So this is not possible. PLL, there's no PLL like this. So to solve this, what you do is this. And that's it. That's all it takes. It's not a hard algorithm. You can continue, and you finally solve the cube. If you use the beginner's method, you'll get something that looks like this. So you have 2 corners that are in the right place, and these 2 are not, which is not possible. You're gonna have to repeat a step, sadly. Do the PLL parity algorithm. And then you can just keep going. It's gonna be very sad because you had to repeat a step, and that makes me cry. And it's solved, no way. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and sub, and also bye.